Hello everyone! Welcome back to my channel for another video that is also school related again. I said school so weird. School related again. I finished fall semester 2018 about a month ago and I'm going back to school tomorrow. Panicked. Since I'm getting ready to go back to school tomorrow, and I still have all of my things from last semester, I thought this would be a great opportunity to do a like how I organize for school video, and also like get ready with me to prepare for school, because I'm pretty much going to be doing the same exact school setup for this semester. And I very seriously contemplated buying new school supplies, but I've done that so many times that I'm like, why should I spend any more money when this worked really well for me last semester? And it might be a little different this semester because I am taking a science class. So this might be a little bit altered in the actual school year, but this is the gist of how I survived last semester. And it was a very successful system for me. I'm gonna take you through my school study planner because I have like a life planner for like the life events that I do. And then I have a school planner that's specifically only school related. And I take it with me every day to school. And then I'm going to show you the way that I organize my papers for each class. So sometimes I have to print out a lot of papers, or I get handed a lot of papers, or I get my exams back, my quizzes back, and I just want to keep everything there so that when it comes time for me to study for like a midterm or a final, it's all in one place. So I'm going to show you all of that, and it's going to be weird and difficult. I'm going to switch to a different camera, but we're going to see if we can make it work. All right, so I'm going to show you again first how I organize all of my papers. So I bought these like folder file organizers with like tabs on them from Amazon. I don't use Amazon anymore, so I don't know exactly where I got them from, but it says keep smiling every time, and I saw my friend had the exact same one from Amazon, so they're probably still on there. So in the top, I usually put a piece of washi, and then I write on there what the class is, so that because I have 4 of these, because I usually take 4 classes. Last semester I only took 3, but I usually have 4, so then I could see very quickly which one it is, because sometimes it's hard for me to remember the colors. Then, so it has a little button on it to keep everything nice and enclosed. So it has 1, 2, 3, 4. It has 4 tabs, and I actually didn't label the tabs, but that was a mistake, and I'm going to label them this semester so that they're all nice and organized. In the first tab is where I kept my syllabus. So I kept this in the first tab because I would reference it often to be like, okay, how many quizzes do we have? Or when is this due? Or when's my midterm? Or how does the grading scale work? And then in my second tab, I kept all of my quizzes and exams. So these, like, I didn't put these in a specific order or anything. And I also kept the study guides for my exams in here as well. But I kept them all together, like I said, because I wanted to reference them when it came time studying for the midterm and the final. The third tab, which is by far my biggest tab for this class, I kept all of my homework. So we had to work from a workbook, and we would get them back every week. So I kept all of them, as well as in the beginning of the semester, she would sometimes give us a homework, like a page with all of the homework exercises that we had to do. And then in the fourth tab, I kept all of the handouts that my professor would give us, and like exercises that we would do in class. So sometimes she'd give us like a poem to translate or something like that, and I just like to keep all of them. It never came up for the exam or anything, but yeah. And then in the very back, it was kind of like my miscellaneous tab. But we used to have a vocabulary quiz at the beginning of every week. So she would hand us a page that said all of the vocabulary. And I think that and just like maybe other like homework assignments or just like random miscellaneous stuff. I'm gonna go through because I'm taking French again this semester, and I'm gonna use this exact folder again. I'm just gonna take all of the stuff out, and I'm actually going to label each of these. I think I have some labels, like some sticker labels somewhere around here that I can find. So that is generally how I would do a folder. All right, now I'm going to take you through the system for how I took notes during class and then my planner. Okay, you guys, I honestly wanted a better way to film this, but this is all that's working for me right now, is I have another camera on a stabilizer. So we're taking a look at my school planner. This is a moleskin planner. It's blue. It has a little strap right there and a place for you to hold it. So this is an 18-month planner. So I got it when it starts in August or September. I think September. It's because I want to keep using this for the rest of the school year, but I was starting in the middle of fall and I needed a new planner. So anyways, we're going to take a look at how I organized my planner. So this is the planner where it has the week on one side and a notes page on the other side. So as you can see, I would put week 1 at the very top so I knew which week in school that we were in, so if I needed to reference my syllabus for any of my classes. And then the way that I organized it is I would put what class I'm talking about. So for this example, it would be French 22, and then I would put a little dash for the thing that I needed to do. So I needed to buy my textbooks for the first week. And then next to it, if I completed it, I would put a check mark. And then the same would continue. So if this is a different class, this is core. And then here's a dash, and I needed to read this specific paper. And then I'd put a dash. And I would usually, for a reading, I would title it by the author. And if I had extra space, I would maybe just put the rest of the title. But that really helps if you have a lot of readings to do, especially for sociology. You can reference it just by the author. And then this was when I was still taking my art class. I ended up dropping that. It didn't affect me at all because I did it before the drop deadline. But again, I have the same system there, right? And then on this notes section, I would put this as a general school to-do for the entire week. So this would grow over the week. I usually wouldn't write this all in one sitting. Maybe sometimes I would. But here you can see I just put at the very top things to do this week. And this is all school related. So like printing some of my readings, listening to audio tapes for my French class, and then even more readings, right? So as you can see for week 2, I just continued the exact same thing, putting the the class title, and then the things that I needed to do. Okay, so this is just, I'm doing a flip through to show you that I consistently did this throughout the semester. And there were some weeks where I didn't use it as much, like see my to-do list is a lot shorter on this side. And same for this page, but I like very consistently wrote out what I needed to do. And then look, here's an example of 1 week where I didn't even do anything. Maybe it was break, I'm not sure. And then I didn't even put any to-dos. You know, sometimes I fell off of it and it wasn't so helpful, but then 1 week I'd come straight back into it, like week 11, and I'm like, okay, I really need help. And then here's an example too of sometimes I would just use this where I just needed a planning section. So I needed a planning section for writing one specific part of my paper. And I would just outline this whole thing that I needed to do. And then another thing is that at the very top of each day, like for example, I had the midterm this day, I put that at the very top. And then Usually, like on Mondays, I'd have a vocab quiz, so I would write like vocab quiz. And I would write those things just like a little bit where the eye would catch them. And then even sometimes like right here where my thumb is, I had a meeting with my professor, so I would keep that. And same for Thursday, like on the side, I had a meeting with my professor, so I would keep that in my planner as well because it was school related. That is everything for my planner and the way that I used it. It was super helpful throughout the semester, and it still has so much room in here for me to finish out the rest of the year, so I'm going to keep using this. Next, I wanted to show you how I kept my notes, and so I kept all of my notes in this one notebook, and let me tell you the pros and cons of this. Okay, so the pros is that I used to be somebody who kept each class notes in a different notebook. And let me tell you why that may seem appealing. It can be super annoying when you're in school and you lose one of the notebooks and having to remember to change out the notebooks every day, and like sometimes they get lost and stuff like that. And so that was just a major con, and it just super annoyed me. So, but the pro is that with this, since I have everything in here, if I lose this, I'm really fucked, you know, like, because it has every single class notes in here that I need, right? But the pro is that it's so easy because every single day I just need this one notebook. So this is a notebook that I got from Kikki K. If you haven't heard of Kikki K, it's this like Swedish stationery store that's online, and they have like physical stores, but there's none near me, so I always order online. So it's really cute. It's a spiral bound. Spirals can be super annoying because like they come off, but this one kept strong throughout the whole year. Also really awesome about this is that it has a little tab for you know, just stuff, and like, yes, this shit is gone in my folder, but it's a little too late for that now. But usually by the end of the week, I would empty this. So this could just be random stuff from like every class that I put right here just in case. So what's really cool too is it has all of these tabs on the side. So I have one for French, one for core, one for art, but I wasn't in art anymore, and then my sociology class. And it would be really great because I could just easily, when I would get into the class, just flip to that tab, right? So I'm not really going to go into my note-taking system because it's very different depending on the class, and I feel like that could be an entire separate video. And I would want to have my camera set up much better than the way that I'm doing right now. But yeah, so this was like all of my core notes. Just like generally I would put the class and the week that it was, the date, and yeah, so like I would take a lot of notes. And this is like lined, but it has tiny little dots that are making up the lines. I personally really prefer graph paper, but you know, I already had this. I didn't have to spend any more money on a graph paper notebook, so that's what I'm doing this semester as well. So this is how I kept all of my notes. And even for sociology, however, I really didn't take that many sociology notes. Yeah. That is everything that I'm going to go through in this video. I hope you enjoyed. After I'm done filming this and I turn the camera off, I'm going to go through and set up my new stuff for tomorrow because I start school tomorrow. Oh my God, I can't believe that break is over. But I had a really long break and I'm really blessed. It was super long and very fulfilling and really awesome. So I have no regrets about spending my break how I did. I think it was very well spent. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please give it a thumbs up because it's very helpful for us content creators. Comment down below any questions that you have, something that I wasn't clear about, or if you just like want general advice on school stuff. I can even also do another video kind of talking about my study and work habits. I usually don't study that much because I'm not usually in classes where I have to study a lot other than like my French class. But I'm taking French again and I'm taking science this semester, so I'm definitely going to have to be studying because there's actual exams for those classes. Whereas generally, as a sociology major, I don't have to do that. So if you want to see videos like that, or maybe even give me other suggestions in the comments, I would love it. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button because why not? You want to see more of my videos, that's how you're going to see them, you know? Hakupa'i, thank you so much for watching. And by the way, I also stream on Twitch some of the video games that I'm playing and just talk about random shit while I'm on there. So if you go to twitch.tv/CarolannJane, you can find my Twitch stream and join me. I usually stream in the evenings because that's what's like best for me, and I feel like that's when most people are on. So, Hakupa'i, Pahi Kotan Hiv, I'll see you in my next video.